I was working at Golden Nugget as a craps dealer. I was on swing shift for a long time, and it was pretty rough. The players were rough. Supervisors were rough. That's the way it was. Some openings came up for a day shift, so I applied. Strangely enough, I made it. I thank Jack, the scheduler. Thank you very much. It required me to work until midnight, 4 p.m. to midnight one day, and then come back at 10 a.m. the next day. It was pretty tiring, but I did it. I'm blessed to have had some really great dice instructors and blackjack casino instructors. I was really blessed to have Bobby Jones, one of the original Resorts International dealers, as my craps dealer instructor. He showed us a lot of interesting things with dice as well as how to deal. I'm also happy to have had George Joseph for 3 classes. I went to a seminar with Mike Joseph, and I've seen Bob Del Rossi a few times. He actually calls me John. He knows who I am too, as well as many other people from Atlantic City and other gaming venues. Unfortunately, sometimes people don't pay attention to me. I feel like Cassandra, who talked about the Trojan War and many different things. No one would listen to her. She was a prophetess in mythology who knew the truth, knew what was going to happen, but her lot in life was no one would pay attention to her. So I'm on day shift now at Golden Nugget in Atlantic City, working one afternoon, and I forget the dealers that were on my crew, but a nice lady named Coogie is sitting box for me. The 4th person is a guy named Gary D. I won't tell you the rest of his name. One of those big, tall, hey, yo, bo, cuz, gooms, one of the big Italian guys. Really tall guy. We're going around the afternoons, easy day. And all of a sudden, on the other side of the table is this really tall guy, probably about 6'5", same size as Gary. And he walks over to the field and he starts chunking down these big bets, big stack of chips, probably 20, 30 chips high. Green on the bottom, then red, and then some white. Just big barber pole full of bets. So he's leaning way over and throwing these bets down. Gary goes out with his little pad. Hi, sir, can I have your name? Can I have your name? Can I put you in the computer system? And the guy likes, what are you going to do? Buy me a bowl of soup? I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in shooting craps. He's making these big field bets. I'm looking over. I don't have much accent. Look over and I go, what's this guy's case? Next thing I know, this young, nerdy, computery guy comes over, a little chubby, and he's wearing a yellow polo shirt. It's kind of tight on him. He's got glasses on, and he looks like just any kind of normal, not too distinguished guy. And he comes up to me, he's next to Sticky, and goes, how do you play this game? And I say, well, 7 on the first roll. I explain the game, and he goes, oh, okay. A couple of rolls go by, and he goes, here's $3 hard 6 for the dealers and $2 hard 8. I'm like, thank you for the bet. All of a sudden, the alarm goes off in my head, like, he just asked me how to play the game, but suddenly he's throwing up hard ways. Something is wrong here. Anyway, the dice go around to this guy that's just to the right of the stick man. And he's dressed like Father Guido Sarducci. So he reminds me of, he's got a black coat, a black hat, dark sunglasses. And he's leaning way down close to the stick man's crotch, and he's throwing the dice really low. At the same time, this guy's leaning over and chunking bets. All right? I'm going, something's going on here. Meanwhile, Gary D is like, can I have your name? Can I have your name? And Gary backs up, and I go, look at him, I go, Gary, game protection, high alert. And he looks at me like, what the fuck you talking about? And I was just like, oh, God. So anyway, Father Guido Sarducci is throwing these dice really low. Suddenly, the guy in the yellow shirt reaches over the table and taps Coogie on the shoulder. She turns her head. Right? This is the time for the move. Coogie turns her head to see what the guy is talking about, and the guy in the yellow shirt leans out over the table to block the view of the dice. I squat down, put my head right near the level of the base, and I watch the guy. Well, he doesn't make his slide. The dice tumble down. And these guys see me, and they take off. They see that I've seen their move. No one else realizes anything is going on except for me. And these guys pick up and move along. And it's like, no one paid attention to me. No one listened. No one did anything. I'm just standing there. And I'm steamed. No one even had this. I go up to the shift manager's office, a guy named Frank. Really, really nice guy. He actually spoke French with me a few times. I go right up the stairs and I said, we just had a dice sliding crew on the table and nobody paid attention to me. And I explained to him exactly what I just said. And he was incensed. I could see his face turning red. And at the end he said, did anybody slide the dice on the game? And I said, no, they did not slide the dice. I saw them tumble. I don't know what happened next, but I really hope that he got on somebody's case, not only about how to do the game, how to watch the game, how to recognize the dice sliding crew, and maybe listening to people who knew what they were doing. Well, that's all I heard of. Fast forward to me being in the locker room, and there were two dealers there talking. One of the dealers' name was Gene, and another dealer's name was Sandy. Sandy and Jennifer were two dealers who had this nasty habit of doing their nails when they were on stick. They would go on stick, and then they would look. I can't do it with both hands, but they would look at their nails while they were on stick. Gene had this terrible habit of he'd send the dice out and he'd completely turn his back to the shooter. I mean, seriously. Send the dice out, turn completely, shoot the dice, come on. He would turn his back completely to the shooter. So I'm in the locker room and I'm hearing them talk. Oh, that was really a 12 he rolled. Oh yeah, no problem. It was a 12 that he rolled. Yeah, I saw him roll a 12. So it's obvious that the dice sliding team that I had caught went and hit that table because of the two of them not watching the dice. So that's the dice sliding team that I caught that still got away with it. And the people didn't pay attention to me.